Namaste, and welcome to a special summer solstice celebration, Yoga for Happiness. Shine your bliss light. My name is Todd Norian. I'm the founder of Ashaya Yoga. Welcome to this little mini practice today. And what a beautiful time of year. So summer solstice, the solstice means sol, which means sun, and stis, which means stillness. It's the place where the sun reaches its highest peak in the arc. So it's the brightest, longest day of the year, and it's really a window of opportunity for a deep celebration of life. So in the Tantra that I teach, they say that happiness is our true nature. And the yogi doesn't just want temporary joy, she wants permanent joy. And that is when we can sink an anchor that carries us deeper into the ocean of consciousness, rather than bobbing up and down like a buoy on the surface of the ocean. You know, when life goes our way, we feel happy. And when life goes down or we lose something or someone, we get very sad. So yoga is the process by which we can actually access a deeper part of our beingness. I always say that happiness is what's left over when you're out of the way. So although we have this true nature, which is happiness, it's very difficult to access it. Mainly because we all have this conditioning. They're like layers of an onion that we need to peel away to get down to really seeing clearly and being our authentic self. Conditioning like many, wounds or traumas. We could say trauma with a small t or a capital T. These are the psychic imprints called samskaras that really obscure our vision. And basically, we live in the story we're telling ourselves. I always like to say it's not the experience that we have that has the most meaning. It's the meaning we assign to that experience afterwards that we have to live in. So we want to learn how to shift from being really hard on ourselves, being a harsh critic. I myself am a recovering perfectionist. To be less judgmental of ourselves, to shift from being a victim of life to being victorious in life. The victims in life say, oh, life just keeps happening to me. Why does this thing keep happening to me over and over again? Where in victory consciousness, we want to turn it around, shift to see the other side of it, which is, why is this happening for me? How is life happening for me? And we come to a place deep inside that the meaning we choose to make of life uplifts us and supports us to fulfill the goals, live the dreams that we carry in our heart, and align with our heart's deepest, most desire, which is really what brings joy. We want to become more subtle in our awareness to see how we dissipate our joy or how we actually block happiness. Like one way, which is fairly common, I hear all the time, is a guilty happiness. Oh, how can I be happy when there's so much suffering in the world? Well, look, when you make yourself happy, other people get happier around you. And the same thing is true. Make yourself miserable, you're going to make everybody else miserable around you. So there's a real value in making ourselves happy for ourselves, first of all, but then also to uplift those around us. It's one of the best ways that we can serve the, injustice in the world and the intense amount of suffering that's there by making ourselves happy. I also want to say, hey, happy Juneteenth Day. What a beautiful celebration of freedom, emancipation from slavery, to actually, be able to really step into this beginning of, we are all equal. We're all here with a longing for freedom. Everybody longs for freedom from suffering, all of us. So may our yoga serve the world in that way. All right, well, come on up to a standing position. We're going to do just a few different poses, some celebrative back bends, and then we'll have a nice deep solstice shavasana relaxation. Okay, so come on up to standing. Come to the front of your mat, feet parallel, palms in front of the heart. Breathe, and then hug in with a sense of acceptance. Hug muscles to bones. Acceptance is the very nature of who we are and what we are. And it really cuts through being self-critical, being self-judgmental. So let's be a little bit easier on ourselves. Breathe in acceptance. Exhale peace. Breathe in acceptance and then take in the light of this beautiful time of year. Stretch your arms out to the side. Inhale and then shine your bliss light out from the core of your pelvis, root down into the earth, From the core of the pelvis, rise up through your spine, your shoulders, neck, head, and even all the way up to your fingers. Can you let your fingertips, even the fingernails, express celebration? Then exhale, lead with your heart, fold forward and bow. Inhale, with celebration, lift your heart halfway forward, and then exhale, bow. Whatever it is that you're judging yourself for, see if you can let it go and really honor yourself, that you are doing the very best that you can do at any given moment. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, go back into downward facing dog pose. Alternately press your heels. Enjoy the stretch. Now, with every exhalation, let go of whatever is in the way. Happiness is what's left over when you're out of the way. So release any doubt, any anxiety, any worry, and just be in the present moment with your body. Bend both knees now. Hug the fingertips and the roots of your fingers where the fingers join the hand, and pull up from your hands with deep acceptance into the heart. Lift your arm bones up as well, but melt the upper back down. Bend your knees more and then inner rotate your thighs. Generate a low back curve. Keeping the curve, take your tailbone in. And then from your heart, with full celebration, it's not only summer solstice, but we're approaching the full moon as well. Huge double ultimate celebration. From your heart, just push through your hands, and with celebration, lift your hips, root down through your feet. Breathe the freedom of this day and even longing for more. It's just the beginning. Then inhale, right leg up real high. Exhale, lunge forward and twist. Come onto your left hand. Stretch your right arm up. Right arm over your ear. Come back to center and then scissor your legs together. So much acceptance that it gives you a power, a strength. Come up, hands to hips. And then inhale, stretch your arms. Open to the bigger energy. And then with acceptance, hug muscles to bones. And get the sense that you could scissor your legs, which means the front leg pulls back isometrically and the back leg pulls forward. Heel is perpendicular. Then thighs back. So bow a little bit and take your left thigh, back of the thigh, up toward the ceiling more. Keeping that, pull your tailbone back and down. The outer right hip crease goes back and down while the back thigh lifts up. And then with full celebration, radiate out in all directions from the core of your pelvis. Exhale, sweep your arms out to the side and clasp. Then stretch your elbows straight back, fold forward. Give yourself a wonderful shoulder stretch. Reach your wrists forward. Breathe. And inhale, come up. Good. Don't get too exhausted celebrating too much. Exhale, let's come out of it. Touch the floor. Go back, downward dog pose, and breathe. Celebration comes when you can let go of worry, when you can let go of regret. Think about it. Regret binds us to the past. Worry binds us to the future. Celebration is happening now in the present moment. Left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Twist, left arm up, left arm over your ear. And then scissor your legs, come up, hands to hips. Breathe, let go more. Release any harsh criticism. You are absolutely worthy to be here. Hug in and honor yourself. Scissor your legs. Stretch your arms up. Then bow just a bit forward. Lift your right thigh up. Keep the right thigh going back. Outer left hip crease goes back and down, and then stretch straight up. And from the pelvic core, it's like an earthquake. You push down through your feet. And from your pelvic core, rise up. Lift your heart. Make it as bright as the sun. Imagine you could hold the globe of the sun between your palms without getting burnt. And arch back. Sweep your arms out to the side. Interlace in the non-habitual way. So shift your fingers one row, shoulders back, fold. Stretch your arms overhead. Keep your breath. flowing. Inhale, come up, stretch up, sweep your arms out to the side and down, step back, plank. Make your whole body straight now. Thighs back, tailbone in, pull your belly in, ribs in, claw pads and roots with your hand. Instead of hanging your head low, lift the sides of your throat up. And then chaturanga, you can put your knees down if you need to. But here in chaturanga, I want you to get real hot. Keep the head of your arm bones lifted. Thighs back, tailbone in. And then from your belly core, push out through your heels. From your belly core, stretch out through your head. And exhale, down. Point your toes back. With acceptance, hug your legs toward the middle. Don't let your heels splay out to the side. Bring your heels parallel. And then claw your hands, pull back, and come up. Head of the arm bones go back. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades into the back of your heart. Imagine your shoulder blades really like the hands of life supporting you. And just affirm life has your back. Affirm everything in life is for your awakening. And then reach your heart towards the solstice of the sun. And I like that word still, sun stillness. See if you can let your mind become more calm, peaceful, and still, even as you hold. Taking in the support of the sun, which is like an aura of all possibilities. You are unlimited and free. Exhale, come down. Push back, downward dog pose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, lunge. Walk your hands to the inside of the right foot. Square your left foot, thighs back. Stick your butt way back. In celebration, tailbone in. And then left hand to the hip, left arm up and over. Now, squeeze your leg to the arm and squeeze your arm into your leg as well. Breathe. Find the inner edge of your left sitting bone. So the back leg, where's the inner edge of your sitting bone? And extend a ribbon of energy down to the outer left heel. On your front leg, find the outer edge of your right sitting bone and extend a ribbon of energy down to the inner right heel. So in the back leg, it's the inner sitting bone edge to the outer heel. The front leg, it's the outer right sitting bone to the right inner heel. And that those two actions help to root you more deeply into the earth so you can rise and take a rocket to the sun. Exhale, downward dog. Nice big breath in and out. Switch, left leg up high, exhale. And lunge, walk your hands to the inside of the left foot. Square your right foot, scissor your legs more. Then thighs back, tailbone in. Right hand to your hip, and then right arm over the ear. Squeeze your leg into your shoulder. And we'll do that same kind of very detailed technique. Find the inner edge of your right sitting bone, extend to the outer heel. Just push your outer heel down more. Left outer sitting bone pulls to the inner left heel. Work the left sitting bone more. The whole left buttock area pulls down. And from your pelvic core, reach into the orb of the sun. I know it's hot, so let your breath be like a cool waterfall within. Exhale, plank, chaturanga, all the way down, cobra, downward dog. Very good. Now, glide your right knee forward between your hands, simple pigeon pose. I'd like you to square your hips to the front. So your right hip should be off the floor. And then keep your back toes curled under so that you can drive your left hip forward more, right hip back more. Then fold, bring your hands in eagle talons. And as you go down, lift your shoulders up. Head of the arm bones stay up. And then root your pelvis to the floor. Inhale, come up. And bend your left knee. Hold your left foot heel to hip. And then drive the left knee down into the floor. Drag it isometrically forward. You're going to feel your psoas muscle stretch, which is a very powerful supportive muscle for the back and hips. And then spin your thumb down. Just pivot the thumb down, elbow up, and you'll get a tremendous shoulder stretch. And then ribs to the right. Deep stretch in the back thigh. Exhale, release. Place your hands firmly. We're going to try to catch some levity from the sun's rays. Curl your left toes under, lift your left knee. Claw with your hands. And we'll take a deep breath in. When you exhale, try to switch your legs in one movement. Ready? There it goes. Whichever way you do it, bring your left knee forward. Again, hips square to the front. Fold. Push your pelvis down. Extend back through the left or the right big toe ball mound and through the left knee. And then inhale, come up. Bend the back knee, root your thigh, drag isometrically forward. And then see if you can get this hand position. So bring your thumb. If you do this, thumb up, palm faces away, hold the inner edge of your foot. Then bend your elbow and pivot your thumb down, elbow up, ribs left, and breathe. Take a deep breath and stretch along the whole outside of the right thigh and the right quadricep muscle, psoas muscle. And release. Stretch it back into downward dog pose for a moment. Then knees down. Come all the way down to your belly. Bend both knees. Reach back for your feet. Hold your feet with your hands. And then bring your knees a little closer together. You just walk them together. There's a little space between the knees. They don't have to be glued together, but hip distance. And then turn your feet out to support your ankles and knees. Spread your toes. Hug your muscles. Then inner rotate your thighs. Pull your tailbone down. And inhale, push your feet back into your hands. Now, instead of just coming upright like this, I want you to focus on your pelvis and push straight out through your knees. I call it grow your femur bones. And that will give so much traction to your spine that you can come up more. Breathe in, deep self-acceptance. Shine out, celebration. With more acceptance, we have that much more space to celebrate because we're not leaking our power through self-judgment, self-criticism, being so hard on ourselves. The Tantra tells us we are perfectly imperfect just as we are, which is perfect. Exhale, release. Take some breaths. Receive the stretch. And then place your hands under your shoulders. And then come onto your back. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. And then bend your elbows by your sides, palms parallel. Lengthen your side ribs. Bring the head of your arm bones down into the floor and gather your shoulder blades under your heart. And then make a low back curve. So bring the low back off the floor through the inner rotation of the thighs. Kind of rock toward the base of the spine, toward the sitting bones. And once you've got that curve, then lightly pull your tailbone in. Keep your feet hip distance and parallel. Lift your chin slightly, and that will increase the curve of your neck. And then inhale, go straight up. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, bridge pose. Inhale, acceptance through the heels, all the way up to the back of the heart, up into the palate and the upper mouth, roof of the mouth. And then inner rotate your thighs, pull your tailbone in, and from your palate, root your head, and with deep celebration, push out through your knees and out through your shins. again, you get this sense of your femur bones, that's your thigh bone, grows long. Hold. All right, now see if you can get your hands underneath your hips. So lift your hips up a little higher. If you can't, you could put a block underneath your hips, but I'd like you to focus now and push your left foot down and try to bend your right knee in towards you. Hold your hips. And then with big celebration, stretch your right leg up. And imagine that you could touch the orb of the sun. Very good. Exhale, right leg down. Push the right leg into the earth now. And bend your left knee in, left leg up. And push straight up from your palate all the way to the sole of the left foot, way up. And breathe. Hold. Root your right leg into the earth while your left leg goes to the sky, and find the place right in the middle, which is where you are, where your heart is. And then exhale, release. Hips down. And receive deeply now. Bring your arms in cactus position. Separate your feet a little bit wider than the hips. And then bring your knees, both knees down to the left in the windshield wiper pose, which is called Vayu. Let's see if I can remember this. Vayu Kavitra Kritasana is windshield wiper pose. It took me a while to register that. Okay, we're going to do this a little differently. So knees go to the left, spin your heart to the right, and then put the bottom of your left foot on top of the front of the right thigh, not ankle on knee. That's the most common way that it's taught. I'd like you to put the flat bottom of your foot on the top of the thigh and then push your right knee into your left foot. Yeah, that push now helps to engage psoas muscle. Inner rotate your thighs, tail in. And as you push foot to thigh, push your thigh into your foot. And then hold your left wrist overhead and do a little crescent arc to the right. Push your right knee into your foot, pull the right wrist toward the right, and breathe. Good. Release. Inhale. Bring your legs back up. That's a big stretch. And now knees to the right. Bottom of the foot on the front face of the thigh. And then push your left knee into your foot. Inner rotate your thigh, especially left hip. Stick your butt out. And then take your right wrist and crescent to the left. Continue to push your left knee into the sole of the right foot. And that activates the psoas muscle. It's a tremendous stretch for your low back. And it's a good recovery stretch from our back bends. But then you have this wonderful stretch in the torso. It's like a crescent moon. And just receive all the energy from the fullness of the sun. It's so high in the sky now, reaching its apex, its pinnacle on the 21st of June. And it's the metaphor for the full sun is Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, beauty, and wealth. Lakshmi represents the crest of the wave, the highest ultimate peak of ecstatic joy and happiness. That's what you are deep down in your true nature. Inhale, release. With deep acceptance now, give yourself a hug, pull your knees into your chest, and then stretch your legs out in Shavasana, arms by your sides, palms up. Close your eyes. Take some deep breaths now. And with each inhalation, breathe in the healing light of the sun. And then with each exhalation, let go into the earth. Inhale the rays of the sun. Exhale into the earth. Allow your muscles now to melt away from the bones. Allow your bones to descend deeply into the earth. Even release any holding of your organs. And let your whole body dissolve, warmed by the sun. And imagine the solar rays could penetrate your skin, every cell, and every microfiber of your body to bring healing, to bring a clarity of purpose, passion, and power, to bring you in total alignment with the season of celebration, and to go deeper inside to the depths of the silent joy that expands from deep within your heart. Now relax your legs, release your hips. Let your belly simply rise and fall with the tides of the breath. Release your spine, your upper back. Relax shoulders, arms, and palms. Release your neck. Release any tension in your jaw. Soften your skin. And now let your eyes descend toward the earth. Become aware of your third eye, the place on the forehead between the eyebrows. Let the light of this third eye absorb the radiant, clear healing power of the sun to give you a sense of awakened intuition, a sense of clear seeing. And may we look into a world of beauty, a world of peace, a world that nourishes the soul of every human being on this planet. And allow from this third eye, where the two eyes become one, to see with unity consciousness. And for the next few moments, just bask in the healing nurturance of the solstice. And now very slowly, invite the light of the universe to fill you in the form of your breath. Breathe down to your fingers and toes. And then move your fingers and toes. Gradually draw your knees in, roll to the right, and come on up to a seated position. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart in this gesture to receive a blessing and to offer a blessing. Close your eyes, and from your heart, let's receive the healing energy of the sun, the celebration of the light, and let that grow inside each person on the planet. And then bring a deep layer of acceptance to be able to release self-judgment, judgment of others, to let yourself come back into the present moment, the here and now moment, where you become one with the light. And then life is a celebration, not just on holidays or once a year at the summer solstice, but every day becomes a holiday worth celebrating. Freedom, joy, love, and happiness. From the essence of your own self, we recognize that Our individual essence is the same as the universal essence, and we see that in everyone. We'll take a deep breath now and chant Om. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for celebrating the summer solstice. And please share this with friends and all those that you know who could use a little uplift to have a little bit more light. And if you like this experience, come check out my membership. I teach every Tuesday and Thursday morning online. You can tune in from wherever you are. We get more of these inspiring teachings along with mantra, chanting, meditation, pranayama, and this deep level of asana to bring our body, mind, and heart into a healing integration and weaving of light sourced in joy. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.